government's former constitutional lawyer has warned that MPs who try and delay or stop Brexit are risking breaking their sacred duty not to involve the Queen in politics. This comes as it has been reported Mrs May could adapt the Good Friday Agreement in a desperate bid to get her Brexit deal past MPs after it was crushed in a historic defeat last week. The Prime Minister is due to inform Parliament today on what she has achieved by talking to other party leaders in Westminster after her deal was rejected by 432 votes to 202. Mrs May's priority now is to win the support of Tory MPs in the DUP by amending the Irish backstop plan and the withdrawal agreement. One of the proposals Mrs May could pursue is to rewrite the agreement to guarantee to Ireland the UK is committed to stopping a hard border after the UK leaves the EU, the Daily Telegraph reports. Mrs May reportedly told her cabinet that her plan was to do something on the backstop. Scroll down for live updates. 1:55 p.m. Update: Airlines should be more transparent with Brexit air chaos, say critics. Which travel magazine has claimed airlines are not telling passengers about the potential impact of a no-deal Brexit with regards to their travel plans. They investigated the websites of EasyJet, Thomas Cook Airlines and TUI Airways. The magazine's editor Rory Boland, there were no warnings through the booking process on any of those sites about possible cancellations or passport validity. 1:15 p.m. Update: Irish backstop could be limited to 5 years. Poland's foreign minister said he is considering the proposal to try and break the tricky deadlock in Brexit talks. Jacek Czaputowicz said, "I've just discussed that idea with my Irish counterparts Simon Coveney and also with Jeremy Hunt today. I think it would be one of the solutions, so that's an idea to be discussed, I think, within the European Union. I don't know if it's feasible, if Ireland is ready to put forward such a proposal, but I have an impression that it might unblock the negotiations." 1:08 p.m. Update: Downing Street dismisses reports of separate backstop deal with Ireland. Downing Street has denied any truth in the reports that Mrs May will amend the Good Friday Agreement in a desperate bid to get MPs to support her Brexit deal. Mrs May will return to Parliament to explain her next proposal for Brexit. 12:04 p.m. IMF warns a no-deal Brexit could trigger global growth slowdown. The International Monetary Fund has warned that a no-deal Brexit risks triggering a slowdown in global growth. In its latest World Economic Outlook, the organization downgraded its global growth forecast for 2019 to 3.5% and 3.6% for 2020, 0.2% and 0.1% respectively, below its previous prediction. 11:44 a.m. Update: Thornberry suggests Labour Party would not back a second referendum unless no deal was imminent. The Shadow Foreign Secretary said her party was in the process of examining the different options available with regards to Brexit. Ms. Thornberry said, "If we have got to the end of January and we still haven't got anything that is the slightest bit agreed, they really will need to start thinking about extending Article 50, won't they?" She said, "If we are about to hit the wall of no deal, then of course we will try anything." 11:35 a.m. Update: Dominic Grieve accused of democratic abomination for trying to stop Brexit. The Tory MP is behind various amendments to the current Brexit deal. Leave campaigner Nigel Evans savaged his fellow Tory and his anti-Brexit allies for using every tool in the box to frustrate the government and overturn the referendum. 11:09 a.m. Update: Delaying Brexit could even drag Queen into row, warn MPs. The government's former constitutional lawyer Sir Stephen Laws said the Queen may need to get involved in politics in the case of the Brexit row. He said any moves to act without the consent of the government would risk involving the monarch in a legislative showdown. He said, "It is a sacred duty of all UK politicians not to involve the monarch in politics. They have a constitutional responsibility to resolve difficulties between themselves in accordance with the rules, and so as not to call on the ultimate referee." However, might not a government in that situation think that this was precisely the last resort for which the royal assent process is retained? How should the monarch react to such advice? The answer is not straightforward, and the prospect of it needing to be considered in a real-life political crisis is unthinkably awful. 11:03 a.m. update. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says a no-deal Brexit would be very difficult for her country. Ms. Ardern said to the BBC, "As a very important trading partner for us, at the point the UK is ready to do so, we are very keen to enter into a free trade agreement. We are ready and willing, and I think we're an excellent potential future partner for that. For us, you're still a significant trading partner. We would consider it to be a real priority for us." 10:37 a.m. update. Leading Brexiteers launch Project Cheer to assure public MPs, spearheaded by Esther McVey, have launched the campaign to assure voters the UK will be okay without a deal. The former cabinet minister wants to counter the scare stories regarding a no-deal Brexit. McVey will appear in social media videos to explain how Whitehall is preparing for a no-deal departure. The campaign wants to show the public how much planning has been done to prepare the country for a no-deal Brexit. 10:15 a.m. update. Theresa May due to make a statement in Parliament at 3:30 p.m. The Prime Minister will put forward her next steps for Brexit. She is expected to focus on amending the Northern Irish backstop, which is an insurance policy to ensure there is no return to a hard border between the UK and Ireland. 10:03 a.m. update. Rees-Mogg has said he would be open to UKIP later joining the Tory party in the future. The MP said if the Conservative Party could reunite with the reasonable elements of UKIP, that would be very good news and Nigel would be part of that. The Brexiteer said he holds Farage in the highest regard, and he was instrumental in delivering Brexit. 9:40 a.m. update. UK likely to leave the EU without a deal, says Jacob Rees-Mogg speaking on LBC. The Brexiteer said, "I think if you were to rank them, the most likely is no deal, the second most likely is a redone deal, third is a delay, and fourth a long way behind is not leaving at all." 9:25 a.m. update. Ireland warns they will not engage in bilateral talks on Brexit. Ireland's European Affairs Minister Helen McEntee has said Ireland will only negotiate as part of the 27 remaining members of the EU. McEntee said, "What we can't do, and what we won't do, because we have not throughout this entire process, is engage in any kind of bilateral negotiations with the DUP or any other political party in Northern Ireland or the UK. This is a negotiation between the EU and the UK." 8:45 a.m. update. Yvette Cooper demands May rules out a no-deal Brexit. The Labour former cabinet minister, who is seeking time for a bill to suspend the Article 50 withdrawal process if there is no new deal with Brussels by the end of February, said she thought the Prime Minister hoped Parliament would rule out no deal. She told Today, "I think she knows that she should rule out no deal in the national interest because it would be so damaging. She's refusing to do so, and I think she's hoping that Parliament will do this for her. That is not leadership." 8:37 a.m. update. Merkel's ally Peter Altmaier has said EU should offer sympathy towards Theresa May. The German minister tweeted, "Sympathy, patience and readiness to wait until the UK's position will be clarified are of utmost importance to avoid the worst. They should not be misused for party politics. Large majority wants to exclude hard Brexit in the interest of the UK and beyond." This comes as the German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas has urged the UK to get serious and find a solution to Brexit, as he warns time is running out for talks. Mr. Maas has made it clear it is up to the UK to find a solution for Brexit. 7:42 a.m. update. Boris Johnson blasts MPs who want to stop Brexit. Writing in his Daily Telegraph column, Mr. Johnson said there are a large number of MPs who want to stop Brexit. They want to stop the will of the people. He said he believed Mrs. May should take out the Irish backstop of the deal so she can unite her party. The former Foreign Secretary also said they won't stop Brexit. They won't even succeed in delaying it. But by seeming so blatantly to go against the wishes of the electorate, they will contribute to a very damaging feeling of a gap between the public and the political elite.